Hi, so in this video I want to talk about how I got my pug kind of diagnosed with epilepsy. I won't say it's a full-on diagnosis. They've not kind of definitively said he has epilepsy, but they've kind of said it's the top of the list. So as I've explained in previous videos, my pug is almost 4. He was 3 when he had his first seizure, which was October 2019. He's had 3 since then, which have been fairly spaced out. His last one being in the middle of July. He's sat with me now, but you can't see him because he's forever with me and he is my little shadow. So at the end of August, after his seizure, third seizure in the middle of July, we booked him in to kind of explore what was going on. Luckily our dogs, my French Bulldog and my pug, are both insured. So I would say if you've not got any dogs insured that are your pets, get them insured because it's crazy expensive. So we took ours to the vets. They ran some tests on Wade basically. So they did a blood test, a really in-depth blood test. They did what's called an MRI of his skull and his brain. And they also did what's called a spinal tap. So that's basically taking some spinal fluid from the base of the back of his neck. So he's now got a nice little baldy patch. I don't know if he'll let me show you, but he does have a little baldy patch on the back of his head now as a result of his spinal tap. Oh, sorry, I woke him up to do that. So basically we had those 3 tests done. Those 3 tests were very expensive. It was just shy of £3,000. Hence why I'm telling you to make sure that you get your pets insured, because it is crazy expensive. But it helps us rule out what is going on, and it helped us realise that nothing suspicious was going on in terms of like brain tumour, brain issues, or something else more suspicious like cancer or anything as well. So basically, luckily, touch wood, all those results and all those tests came back as fairly clear and really healthy. Obviously, pugs have a squishier skull because of the make of their body. But everything actually in terms of the scans, she said, were really healthy and normal. Which was, like I said, partly good news. The way that kind of meant that was leading towards for us though was that it's probably idiopathic epilepsy for Wade. So he has a clear pattern of what his seizures look like generally when they happen, and they kind of said that all signs therefore point to epilepsy. I've made the decision, I think I said in the previous video, at the moment not to medicate Wade at the moment. My thought on that is that I want his seizures to be a lot more closer together before I consider medication, or his seizures to be a lot more severe or significant before I consider medication, because I know that he'll be on medication for the rest of his life if he ends up on that medication. Basically, there's a lot of really good helpful advice I think that I've already seen on YouTube regarding medication. Some medications can actually really cause like liver damage, which is why if your dog does go on to seizure medication, they should be getting checked regularly from the vet to make sure that their vital organs are all healthy alongside that medication. It's definitely something to really discuss through with your vets if you're not sure, or if you're uncertain. And I'd also really explore like Western medication, but also Eastern herbal medication. So at the moment, in terms of Wade, he's on, I'm giving him turmeric, which is supposed to be really helpful. I think you can just give like turmeric powder, turmeric tablets, and you can always ask your vet for advice in terms of size or anything that's too big or small. Oh, that's my French Bulldog just coughing, bless him. So we've got him on turmeric. We've also got him on what's called MCT oil. So if you Google this, you'll be able to find what that is. That's basically oils that really help with brain functioning, basically, in humans and animals. You can supplement their food with that. So whatever diet you have them on, whether it's raw, dry, wet food, you can just add that oil literally to their food. Again, you'd probably have to seek veterinary advice to see what kind of amount you need to add to the food. And also you just need to be really careful that actually the oil can, when you first introduce it to the diet, can give them like looser poo basically, because it's just really rich in terms of fatty oils that helps their brain function. So that's another thing to look into, is the MCT oil. I've also heard, which is really similar to the MCT oils, that coconut oil can be really helpful. Again, if you introduce this into your dog's diet, you need to be really careful, because otherwise it's going to make their poop a lot looser, and that's not great. Another thing that I've added to Wade's diet is oily fish that goes with that. So again, this has been found to be really rich in omega-3 and all the fatty oils that are really good again for brain functioning and brain development. So he's been on that for like kind of the last 4 or 5 months or so, and touch wood, it seems to be doing well. He loves fish, so that's great. Oh, they think somebody's at the door. They're not though. So yeah, so that's what we've added to the diet at the moment. I've also just started Wade on Purina NeuroCare. So I flip this between his raw food with the MCT oil supplemented into it and the turmeric, and then at night time he gets the dry food, which is Purina NeuroCare. Shop around for this and don't get it from your vets, because from what I've learned, it's substantially more expensive to buy from your vets. There's lots of really good trusted animal websites such as VioVet and Animed that you can buy pet food from. So I'd browse through different sites before you kind of buy anything from your vet. Wade's really taken to the Purina NeuroCare, but we're too early days to say whether that's really helping him. But he seems to be enjoying it, and he's a happy, bulky little pug, as you can hear. If you guys have any questions or any concerns or comments, like, feel free to write them in the comment section. I'll try and answer any queries that you guys may have. I'm here to support guys that are kind of going through any worries with their dogs, whether it's pug or not. Seizures, like I said, are terrifying to witness. You feel really hopeless as an owner, which is just awful to experience. So I'm here if you've got any questions or any queries. Yeah, take care of yourselves, guys.